Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the anime K. And I saw this on Netflix, and it took me a few times to try and get through this one, mainly because the beginning is... I didn't latch onto the main character. And it does get better as it goes on, but... it's really hard for me to recommend this anime at all. Because the story is... there's some interesting and cool concepts there, and the animation for it is gorgeous. I mean, really well done and beautiful, but... its story is... I'd almost go and compare it, strangely enough, to something similar to Destiny, the video game, where it has potential, but it doesn't utilize that potential well enough. It looks pretty, but you're like, what? So, this anime centers on this character named Shiro, and we see him doing all this high school kind of stuff, and he gets sent on an errand, and he goes out into the city. While this is going on, we see that there's these two groups, Scepter 4 and Homura, and they've got these concepts of kings and these swords of Damocles. That's about as much as we get to an explanation of their powers. I mean, we get further into it, and there's some kind of explanation, but we don't know how this magic is channeled or anything, or what they can really do with it. It's just kind of bare bones, kind of augmenting fighting styles more than anything. Now, granted, the kings have higher powers than their underlings, but that's about it. And the Homura group is trying to find the person who claims to be the colorless king because they killed one of their friends. And it's really weird because when you get to it, the colorless king does not even follow the same kind of rules as the other kings. It's a very strange kind of thing. Because we pretty much get a case of mistaken identity with them thinking that Shiro's the one that did it. But you find out that he kind of did it, but he didn't, because the body he's in was the one that the colorless king used to kill the dude, but he had wanted to steal the powers of the Silver King, who was an immortal dude named Weissman, and it didn't work. It just pushed Weissman and his pretty much powers into that body and kicked him off a roof, and that's how he, kicked him off of an air blimp, and he survived it because he's also immortal because of reasons. It's really weird. It kind of, and that's not even what you get in the beginning. You don't get that till like towards the end of the series. This whole thing that ties back to World War II and the Dresden firebombing, because they were utilizing this giant stone slab that somehow gives powers, and they'd seen it happen with a mouse, and it somehow gave powers to other mice, and it didn't utilize its powers effectively, and it fucking killed itself, essentially, without intending to. But that's how Weissman, who's the Silver King, got his powers. I'm doing a bad job of explaining it, but the anime does it. So, I feel like I needed something else to even understand what's going on here, because I didn't even latch on to Shiro to begin with, because he's essentially he's got amnesia, and he doesn't understand what's going on until later on. I like his character at the end of the series, because there's actually more to work with, but I'm like, okay. It's not even like a certain magical index, where, okay, we get to see this new character kind of grow and everything. It's kind of short at 13 episodes, and you don't really get more growth out of him. You get growth out of characters around him, like the Red King, and the Blue King, and the Black Dog. Those characters get character development, and I kind of watched it more for them, and seen them do kick-ass cool stuff, more than Shiro. It's really kind of messy, and at the end, when you get like a three-way fight, well, not even a three-way fight. He goes in and pretty much traps the Fox Spirit in himself and has the Red King kill him, which in turn has him use up pretty much all of his power. The Blue King's got to kill the Red King. It's just... I like the concepts and everything, but it doesn't dive deep enough into the lore for you to actively understand what's going on very well. You just see cool things and get base, shallow level things going on with shallow level characters, and that's about it. You get some stuff with the Black Dog and his master, who was the previous colorless king, to go after and kill the new colorless king if he found them to be evil. And seeing how the Red King and the Blue King, respectively, care for their subjects and the people in their clans, and how they have their powers and what they do for them. That's interesting. But Shiro, God, it was a slog to get through it because I didn't give a crap. He's got all these interesting things going on around him. People want to get him. Certain people want to kill him. Certain people want to detain him for what's going on. But it's like, I don't care. And the Colorless King would have worked better as an antagonist if you had more of him behind the scenes, or seeing more of his plans or his thought processes. But you don't even get that more till the end, where this giant fight happens in the school that Shiro had been pretty much hiding out, because his cat's also this thing called a strain that can also turn into a chick, and that has little character development. I won't say doesn't have any, but it's only there as a plot device. Same as with the little girl that is with the Homura clan. Barely above a plot device. So, overall the story I would pretty much just term it as almost like the Destiny of anime. Very pretty to look at, very shallow story or anything to really get into. There can be stuff, there's certainly things to dive deeper into, but the anime doesn't do that. Now, there are other things following up with this, like other series that could do that, but I don't know. Because Netflix only had the first season, and that's it. And I'm just like, it ended weird. Not weirdly, it just ended in such a way that I'm like, I don't care. And that's not an anime that I really want to continue on. I want something that wants me kind of feel something, like Steins Gate, that world. I'm like, that ended, I felt things, I was like, holy crap, this is really good. So I'm definitely going to be looking into Steins Gate Zero, because that delves more into other kind of things going on. Like Violet Evergarden, I felt things with going on with that one. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I felt and thought about stuff in Psycho-Pass, the first season. This one, I'm just like, I'm mainly watching it to see what it's about and to see if it's an anime worth recommending to people. It's not horrible, but it's frustrating because you can see the potential there, and because it's got really beautiful animation. It's like, come on, gotta get the story with it too. So, if you don't have any other anime to watch at this point in time, or you just need a time killer to put something on in the background, sure, go ahead. But if you really want characters that change or make you think about certain things or even feel certain things, I would not recommend this one. And it's not really even scary or whatnot, so if you're afraid of kind of like blood, guts, and all kinds of death and everything, it's not really that bad. I mean, the worst that you get is blood and seeing a couple people get stabbed or whatnot, or shot. It's not that bad. Now, granted, there's language involved, but that's about the extent of it. If you've got other anime or other ones that you're interested in, like a backlog or anything that's new coming up, I would recommend watching it first. We're watching that stuff first. This is just, hey, I don't have anything to do, and I don't have anything to watch, so this could work. Now, granted, the lack of character development, lack of lore could probably be a pisser for you, so take that into consideration. So those are my opinions on the anime. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.